It was supposed to be an ordinary Tuesday at Mae's diner, the kind of slow morning where coffee steamed on the counter, the jukebox hummed old blues, and the regulars came in with sleepy smiles. But everything changed the moment a beaten-up Harley rolled into the gravel parking lot, followed by the flashing red and blue lights of 2 police cruisers. Within minutes, chaos unfolded. And when one black woman, calm, strong, and tired of injustice, stepped forward to defend the stranger everyone else feared, she had no idea that by sunrise the next day, 200 roaring motorcycles would fill her parking lot in an act that would change her life forever. Mae Jefferson had run her small diner for 15 years. It wasn't fancy, just a faded neon sign that read Mae's Place and a cozy room smelling of bacon, coffee, and hope. People called her Mama Mae, not just for her home-cooked meals but for her warmth. She'd been through a lot, lost her husband to a car accident, raised her daughter alone, and worked every day to keep her small corner of peace alive. That morning, rain clouds loomed heavy as she wiped the counter and hummed to the old record player spinning Sam Cooke's "A Change Is Gonna Come." Then came the sound, the low, throaty growl of a Harley engine. A big man in a worn leather jacket pulled up. He was covered in tattoos, his beard graying, his eyes tired but kind. His jacket had the unmistakable emblem, Hell's Angels. The diner grew quiet. The regulars exchanged looks. Mae noticed the tension instantly. A few customers murmured, others stared. In a small southern town like theirs, a biker with that patch might as well have been a criminal. The men stepped in, dripping wet, and quietly sat at the counter. Mae approached him like she would anyone else. "Coffee?" she asked. He nodded. "Black. No sugar." She poured him a steaming cup and placed a warm slice of pie beside it. "You look like you've had a long ride." He chuckled. "You could say that." Before Mae could respond, 2 police cars screeched into the parking lot. The officers stormed in, rain dripping from their hats, hands on their holsters. "Sir, stand up." "Hands where I can see them," one barked. The biker raised his hands calmly. "I didn't do anything. Just getting coffee." Mae froze. She'd seen this before, the rush to judgment, the assumption of guilt. She'd lived her whole life watching it happen to her people. "What's going on?" Mae asked, stepping forward. "Ma'am, this man's wanted for questioning," one officer said sharply. "Questioning or accusing," she said softly, her voice firm. "Ma'am, step aside," the officer ordered. But Mae didn't move. "He's been sitting here quietly, drinking coffee. You have no warrant, no paper, and no respect. You're not dragging a man out of my diner like that." The room went silent. The biker looked stunned. The officers exchanged glances. "Ma'am, this is not your business," the older officer warned. "It is when you step into my business and treat someone like dirt," Mae replied, eyes blazing. She turned to the biker. "You got somewhere to be, son." He hesitated. "Just passing through." Mae nodded. "Then finish your coffee." One officer cursed under his breath. "You're obstructing law enforcement, ma'am." "No," Mae said, stepping between them. "I'm reminding you what humanity looks like." The officers, realizing the eyes of the entire diner were now on them, eventually backed down. One of them threw a glare. "You're making a mistake." Mae didn't flinch. "Wouldn't be the first time people said that about me." They stormed out, slamming the door behind them. The biker sat there, speechless. You didn't have to do that." Mae smiled softly. "I did what was right." He looked down at his coffee, then up at her. "Name's Clay." "Mae," she said, offering her hand. "You ride safe, Clay." He nodded, finishing his coffee. "I owe you one." Mae thought it ended there. But by morning, she'd learn what it meant to truly stand for something, and what loyalty looks like in return. Mae nodded. "And people see my skin and think they already know my story." He smiled. "Guess we both know what that feels like." She smiled back. "Maybe that's why I couldn't stay quiet." He raised his cup. "To standing up when it's hard." She lifted her mug. "And to family, the kind you choose." The next day, when the bikers left, they rode off in a single line, 200 strong, leaving behind not just tire marks but something deeper, proof that kindness can cross every border of fear, color, and reputation. And every time Mae heard the distant sound of a Harley engine after that, she'd smile and whisper, "I got family on the road now." Closing message, for narration ending. When you stand for what's right, even when you're alone, the universe finds a way to stand beside you. Mae didn't see a biker or a criminal. She saw a human being. And in return, she found a brotherhood that reminded the world, compassion is louder than judgment. Hook summaries. Hook for Chapter 1. A mysterious biker bursts into a quiet southern diner, trailed by flashing police lights. When two officers try to drag him out, one black woman risks everything to defend a stranger everyone fears, and sets off a chain of events that will change her life forever. Hook for Chapter 2. The next morning, Mae wakes to the sound of thunder, not from the sky, but from the engines of 200 bikers who've come to repay a debt of loyalty and teach a small town what real family looks like.